Welcome to Business Recharged Podcast with your host, the Queen of Content and CEO of the Mac Institute, Dr. Felicia Mack.
Power of mind mapping. So we're going to talk a lot about how I mind map to create a multiple six-figure business and brand, and how I coach my clients to do the same thing. So that sounds like something that you're interested in, then definitely keep on watching and listening. So we are super excited to be back. We are on video, y'all. We are on audio. We are doing all of the things, and I'm so here for it. So for those of you who are new, welcome to Business Recharged Podcast. I am your host, Felicia Mack. I'm known to many as the Queen of Content. I create content so that you can create success. And so when you are thinking about how can you elevate your business, how can you elevate your brand, the number one thing that I'm often asked is, how do I get my ideas from out of my head to paper, to whatever it is that I'm doing, but to really move it into fruition so that I can start to see the results? And that is the number one question, right? Like the $1 million question. Well, let me tell you that it's not as hard as it seems, but at the same time, there's work to be done. Okay. So for you to recharge your business and recharge your brand online, you really have to make sure that you are in alignment with not only what the customer wants, what your brand promises, and that you have a marriage between the two in your business. Honestly, that is where the baby of success and monetization, that's where all of that is born, right? So they don't live separately. Okay. They don't live separately. So the first thing that I will say is, whenever you are doing anything in your business, you want to take a moment, especially from a product development and implementation perspective, and you want to mind map what you're doing. So what does that mean and what does that look like? Mind mapping is you taking an idea or taking a concept and really breaking that out, right? So for example, if I were to mind map, let's say a new product launch, a new digital course, I would take that from concept down into actually execution and marketing, follow up, my systems, my sales system, all of that, my complete funnel, right? And I think that the reason why I wanted to bring that up on today's episode is because that is the missing component that a lot of people don't get to. We get to the fancy flyers and the graphics and all the zhush, but we don't necessarily get to what does that look like from a structured, conceptual manner that we're able to implement in our business. When you look at any successful business, whether it's a corporation, whether it is a small business, whether it is, your local store down the street, boutique, what have you, they all have some type of conceptual map that guides their business. Now, the beautiful thing about mind mapping, which a lot of people don't do from a business perspective, is that a lot of that information could also live within your business plan, right? So one of the things that we focus on inside of our Business Recharge University is really creating that mind map and systematizing that. Because when you're able to do that, it's almost like rinse and repeat. So if you're doing something the first quarter of the year and you want to do it the second quarter and so on and so forth, you pull out that and it begins to kind of be the structure, the backbone, if you will, of your business and of your brand. So if you're in a place right now where you're feeling like, you're all over the place, you're not really being consistent with your business, you don't really know where that disconnect is, but all of the stars are not aligning, I would highly, highly recommend that you start with looking at, are you conceptualizing your products and making sure that you're seeing it through from the beginning and the end? So that is one critical component of it. The second component is to make sure that piece, right? So your plan, your process for your business and for your products and for your services, making sure that piece is in alignment with your brand awareness and your brand promise. So what does that mean? That means you can have your product all together, but your brand is over here looking a hot mess, right? So when someone is like, I may need that product, I may need that service, they're going to go through that buying process. And I'm sorry, but your brand is a part of that. Now, you don't have to have a $1 billion looking brand, right? You have to start somewhere. But you have to be very intentional about how you're showing up, especially in this online space where there's so much competition. There's so many amazing things that is kind of coming your way. You want to make sure that you are showing up in excellence, right? And that whatever it is that you're stating that you're doing, you're showing through your online presence why you are a leader within your prospective industry. It is very true how it is, it's very cliche. However, it is very, very true that people work with individuals that they know and like and trust. So how do you build that know factor, right? By showing up consistently. How do you build that like factor? By really creating engaging content that focuses on your brand promise in the marketplace. How do you build that trust factor? By continuing to do what it is that you say that you do, whether that is a brand promise surrounding your product, the brand promise surrounding you as an individual, a brand promise surrounding the end goal that you're taking your user from. Stand on that, right? Have you ever bought something that looked for, oh, and I'll give an example actually on this, guys. So I love Amazon. Okay. I shop on Amazon religiously. Probably too much if you were to ask most people who are close to me. But one of the things that I hate, it's like a super pet peeve of mine, is to see the pictures, look at all these reviews, look at the ratings, see all of the information, and you're excited to get your product. It's going to help you stay moisturized or help you do whatever it is, whatever you're buying. And you get it. You open that box. And first of all, it looks nothing like what they advertise, right? It does nothing that they said that it would do. The question that you want to ask yourself, and I already know the answer, would you go back to that person if they were selling something else and buy again? No, absolutely not, right? Because I spent my money one time. It did not provide me with what it is that I needed. So why would I go back again and not get what it is that I want, right? That's the same thing in this online space. And in general, in business, you have to make sure that you're standing firm on what it is that you're saying the outcome is that is relating to your product. The more you're focused, hyperly focused on that, the more success you're going to find, because then you get the magic of people referring business to you. Then you get the magic of, not just having going viral with your product or whatever, but actually having customers who love what you have, right? So those are really the few things that I think will make the biggest difference when you are growing and building your business online. So my friend, if you're looking to recharge your business and recharge your brand, start there. Do not start with, oh, I need a new banner. Oh, I need a new headshot. While all those things are great, if you fall flat on any of the other things that I said, you will find yourself back in a space where you're not feeling recharged, you're not getting sales, and you are not creating a consistent experience for your customers in the marketplace. All right. So hopefully this helped you guys today, regardless of where you are. Please make sure wherever you are watching or listening or doing both, right, to this podcast, that you share, you like it, leave us a review, share it with your friend, your business besties and all of that. And we will be so grateful for that. We are live every Thursday. All right. Our show is live every Thursday. So please make sure that you check it out. Again, I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in to this week's episode. And until next time, stay recharged.